We're now ready to get it underway, and we send it back inside the cage to Nick Hahn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our fighter out of the red corner, Matt Anderson.
It's main event time, and it's time for Anger Fist. Matt Anderson repping Team Chaos, 26 years old. Comes in with a professional record of 1-2, but those two losses, Portland Pringle III and Matt DeCenzio, two top-notch fighters. Of course, that loss to Portland Pringle III is what put him out for a while.
Almost a year to the day where he suffered a gruesome leg injury, broke both his tibia and his fibia, but you know, in that time, he really had a time to reflect and really kind of recharge the batteries, if you will. And he says, you know, really solidified his pro MMA career. He feels he's in a great place as he's coming out with great mask here, coming to the cage. And
it's Anger Fist.
Anger Fist, you gotta love it. He says he's in a great place mentally, physically, and asked him if there's any nerves about the leg. If he's, you know, if Jeffery will go after the leg, he's like, no, I've been working on it. I feel fine. You know, he said his right kicks and his right fist, that's his strengths. And that's, you know, his right leg is the one that was broke, so he's going to come out, and he wants to utilize that.
And you know, it's always interesting when you talk to fighters beforehand, how are you going to do it? Are you going to control the pace, or are you going to follow what they do? Matt Anderson, somewhere in the middle, he said, I'm going to let him figure it out, and I'm going to give it to him wherever he wants it.
Absolutely.
Meaning he's going to let Jeffery decide, are we going to go stand up, or are we going to beat him? And then that's where Matt Anderson's going to beat him.
Exactly. And Matt Anderson saying he wants to beat Jeffery at his own game, whatever game that will be. So he feels like he can land some good shots here, but he says his cardio, quote, ridiculous. So, and again, he hasn't fought in over a year. He's anxious, he's chomping at the bit just to hit someone in competition.
One interesting point, Anderson said he has the experience. He said he's been fighting since '07. He held 2 titles before Jeffery ever got in the cage. Speaking of in the cage, Matt Anderson makes that walk. We send it back up to the face of OFC, Nick Hahn, to bring out his opponent.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring his opponent out of the blue corner, Aaron Jeffery.
Aaron Adonis Jeffery, Team Ascension in Ontario, Canada. He's but 21 years old. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for our main event of the evening.
Jeffery a few inches taller, so he has a longer reach there. He wants to take advantage of that, but Matt Anderson comes in 171 pounds. It's a half-pound heavier than Aaron Jeffery. Anderson, 3 professional fights. This is the professional debut for Aaron Jeffery. However, 8-1 as an amateur. He lost his amateur debut. Since then, he reeled off 8 straight wins. So he has a lot of hype behind him, as you see Team Ascension leading him to the cage. And with Aaron Jeffery, a lot of people are very excited for this fight, including Matt Anderson. He wanted to fight Aaron Jeffery, and he gets his wish.
Matt Anderson was given 2 choices of opponents, and he picked this man. Milan, there is a ton of hype about him. He comes in 3 wins by strikes, 2 rear naked chokes, and 3 decisions. The guys in the red, Team Ascension, they're known for their jiu-jitsu chops. And you see Chris Bonfoco right there in the glasses, and he says, we don't take it to the ground, our opponents do, but that's where we finish it.
Exactly, yeah. And they say they don't start off a grappling, but they just finish it on the ground
that's
as well.
Right.
So.
And for Aaron Jeffery, the Adonis, he's known as a jiu-jitsu guy, but he's the national novice K1 champ in Canada.
Very well-rounded fighter, and you can see why there's a lot of hype behind this guy. He's won his last 8 fights all in the amateur division, so it's no shock that he's finally here in the pro ranks here at OFC.
We've got a difference of opinion. Matt Anderson comes in and says, I'll let him pick where, and I'll finish him there. Chris Bonfoco says, if the fight hits the ground, Aaron Adonis Jeffery will finish him in 30 seconds. I'd like to see the fight hit the ground so we can find out who's right in this situation.
Exactly, yeah. So that is the domain, although you see Aaron Jeffery, you mentioned K1 novice champ in Canada, but again, he feels very comfortable wherever the fight may be. So very great main event. Fantastic matchmaking here in the OFC for the main event. OFC22, Aaron the Adonis Jeffery and Matt Anderson.
And of course, Jeffery making his pro debut, but he was the middleweight Ohio Fighting Championship amateur champion. Now, as he moves to the pros, he looks to win gold there as well. He's got to start it with a win as a professional. The debut in Aaron Jeffrey. Matt Angerfist Anderson. To get it underway, we send it back inside the cage to Nick Hahn.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is sanctioned by the Ohio Athletic Commission, and its executive director is Bernie Profato. Your chief inspector tonight is Woody Kelker. Assistant inspector is Chris Miller. Your judges are Will Messer, Todd Schwartz, and Markham Garrett. Your timekeeper, Aaron Augusta. The physician fight side is Dr. Cameron Hodge. And when the action begins, your referee will be Brent Bollock. And now, live from the Northland Performing Arts Center in beautiful Columbus, Ohio, this is the battleground. This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the OFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a catch-can fighter with a professional record of 1 win with 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Columbus, Ohio, Matt Angerfist Anderson. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist in his first professional fight. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing at 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of Team Ascension, the Adonis, Aaron Jeffery.
Touch the gloves, guys. Let's have a good, clean fight. Listen to me at all times. Protect yourself at all times. You guys have any questions? Go to your corners, guys.
It's main event time. Adonis, Aaron Jeffery in the black, Matt Angerfist Anderson in the white, Brent Bollock, third man in the cage. Aaron Jeffery offered the glove touch. Matt Anderson ignored it. Ryan Cavanaugh along with Milan Jordan bringing you the action cage side. It's your main event at OFC 22. Anderson takes center cage, overhand right from Jeffery. This is where Jeffrey's so comfortable. That's the clinch up against the cage.
Lands a nice knee to the body of Anderson.
Uppercut by Anderson, dirty box. I mean by Jeffrey rather.
You see Anderson, he wants to push it to the center of the cage, and Jeffrey wants to keep it along the cage wall.
Overhand right by Matt Anderson, rocks Aaron Jeffery.
They don't call him Angerfist for nothing. Nice knee to the face too.
Angerfist looking to really open it up on Aaron Jeffery. An uppercut from Matt Anderson. And he's smiling in there. Matt Anderson knows he's hurt Jeffrey, but Jeffrey continues to push forward. Anderson looks like, to me, might be the stronger fighter, able to really control Jeffrey in that tie clinch.
Absolutely, and then you see some nice shots landing from Matt Anderson, the Angerfist, and where he feels comfortable in there, and he throws a couple of knees. I like how he's mixing things up here. Yes, he's known as a tremendous striker, a tremendous puncher, but he's mixing things up, throwing some knees to the body there and keeping Jeffrey honest, if you will.
Absolutely, excellent point. Milan Jordan. It's Jeffrey who turns it around. He puts the back of Anderson against the cage. So important, and there's a right hand again from Anderson.
And Anderson, he says his right leg and his right arm, that's where all his strength comes from. And coming off of surgery from a broken right leg, he's utilizing it.
There's a takedown, we're on the ground. And Chris Bonfoco predicted 30-second finish for Aaron Jeffery. It's on the ground, start the timer. Jeffrey's locked up a triangle. And there's the tap, Chris Bonfoco. Wow.
Impressive.
Aaron Jeffery, first round submission. And Anderson kind of landed in that triangle choke. And Jeffery took him out. Very impressive.
And Anderson knew, to his credit, right after the fight, he just, was like, hey, he got me, he caught me. And credit to Jeffery, the Adonis, his 9th straight win, first as a professional.
Take a look at the finish here. There's the takedown, and watch how quick Jeffrey locks it in.
Yeah, and Anderson, he was controlling his fight for the most part, great punches, but Jeffery got this on the ground and landed a triangle and just forced Matt Anderson to tap out.
Wow, impressive, impressive finish.
Little jawing, I say a little jawing afterwards from Aaron Jeffery. Aaron Jeffery saying, "Yeah, I got you, I won."
Nick Hahn's in the cage. You see Aaron Jeffery. They're going to put that man in the middle and announce him as the winner. We send it back up one more time to Nick Hahn.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 45 seconds in the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out due to a triangle choke, the Adonis, Aaron Jeffery.
I'm here with your winner, Aaron Jeffery. And Aaron, I've got to let a secret out. Before this fight began, I had a chance to talk to your coach, Chris Bonfoco. Maybe we should change his name to Nostradamus. He said if the fight hits the ground, you would submit him in under 30 seconds. He was about 25 seconds too high. Talk about your ability to lock that submission in.
Coach Chris Bonfoco knows what's up. Team Ascension, best jiu-jitsu in the world. Coach Omar Salvosa, he's the man. We know what to do on the ground. Can't go there with us.
Now you fought much of it in the clinch, and it looked as if Matt hit you with a couple real solid shots, including an uppercut. Were you hurt at any point in that first round?
No, not at all. I knew he was going to have an early flurry. I'd maybe eat a shot or two, but I knew I was going to just withstand it and get the win.
Well, you got your first fight as a professional out of the way, 1-0. Who would you like to thank?
I want to thank all my coaches, Chris Bonfoco, Crew Roger Lumyoung, Omar Salvosa, friends and family who came down to see me. Kyle Prosick, happy birthday, buddy.
Congratulations, and you guys from Team Ascension are always welcome in the OFC cage. You always put on a performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of your main event, Aaron Adonis Jeffery.